What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Crafty coming at you with our latest review, this time from the unique biomes of Bolivia, as we begin to tear down the Santa Blanca cartel. So gear up, get your combat boots on, grab your rifle, and let's jump straight into it. Ghost Recon Wildlands is the newest addition to the Tom Clancy Universe, combining old concepts into a new and massive open world. It stays true to its roots, promoting tactical and calculated gameplay, as organizing and coordinating stealth kills will make your missions smoother and a hell of a lot easier than running in guns blazing. Whether you're sinking shots with your friends or with the AI allies, there's always that satisfying feeling of taking down your targets efficiently as you move closer to your goal. Sadly, this kind of gameplay becomes diluted and lost in the expansive country of Bolivia. Starting off with the story, although initially seen as a good concept, it will begin to show its massive flaws and lack of being able to pull you in and create any form of emotional attachment. For starters, the story is handled through repetitive missions that are discovered through very convenient and easy investigative methods that require no real skill from the player. And these continuously move the story along to confrontations with lieutenants and underbosses of the cartel as you begin to pinpoint El Sueno's location. As you play along and hear El Sueno's rationalizations for why he's doing what he's doing, it makes the story less believable and even more outrageous, especially once you start seeing who exactly he has managing key aspects of his cartel. You'll find yourself helping out rebels who rise up against El Sueno, but this is counteracted by the cartel itself by having the Bolivian military police on their payroll. And although these groups can add character to your surroundings and change the entire gameplay of a specific mission, it will all still come down to you and the decisions you make during those missions and those encounters. One of the great things about this game is the guns to get are completely optional, as in this title, guns are guns and are treated as such. Although finding better weapons will make missions a bit easier, at the end of the day your weapons are lethal and remain as such throughout your time playing, meaning that if you go in just with the starting guns all the way through, you'll be able to do it very efficiently. In doing this, finding new weapons just becomes more of a treasure hunt to collect and show off to your friends if you enjoy having guns more tailored to how you would use them with your specific loadout. It's worth mentioning that the interaction between your companions feels quite genuine at times, but eventually lines become quite repetitive and are never impactful towards the story in any shape or form to truly make you care. Playing with friends can be a bit of an awkward dance at the best of times, as being on the same page is often crucial in every engagement you're involved in, which can lead to quite a bit of frustration with each other if one of you messes up, making the area now far harder than was needed. Worse yet is playing online, as often you'll find yourself paired up with people looking for just an action game, running in and kicking the hornet's nest, and if you're unfortunate enough to drop into a game that's already involved in a massive firefight because of this, it'll take all of your patience and skill to be effective, as the AI will immediately begin to fire on your location. However, a major benefit is your friends will be able to react to different circumstances far better and more efficiently than that of your AI, as their ability to engage without you giving orders is quite lacking and just horrible. If you find yourself playing with only one friend as well, you'll be made up as just a pair, but amusingly enough, the banter between your companions will continue to go on both outside and inside of combat, meaning some enemies will be marked by a companion even though they're not alongside you in the game physically. One of the surprising charms to Wildlands is when a plan goes wrong, no matter how well laid out it was. Suddenly the base you're infiltrating is on high alert as enemies swarm around you, turning the game into feeling like a Hollywood action movie as you begin to call out priority targets and fight in the middle of a small war. What makes this last longer is when you're actually after a specific target and they begin to flee, forcing you to run and gun as you try to get to them, and should they be lucky to get into their getaway vehicle, you'll have to immediately adapt to this situation and move on with them or fail the mission altogether. This provides a very thrilling amount of unique experiences that give you a break from all of the stealth you'll most likely be utilizing. Another key strength is in the diversity amongst your missions. With every capture or rescue, there can be an assassination. Any mission as well could have a stage of stealing a vehicle, hacking a computer or network, or even setting up some sabotage areas. Eventually these will run their course and start to feel a bit repetitive, but not for well after at least 20 hours of gameplay. Moving on to the open world, this concept is done quite well, with everything providing seamless transitioning from dense jungles to salt flats to bare mountainous terrain, providing you with a massive and new area to play in and enjoy the sandbox of. One issue, however, lies in the driving mechanics for the vehicles you'll often find yourself using. Most are just awkward and feel quite uncontrollable at the best of times, making stealthy incursions off the beaten path more of a chore than anything else. Luckily, you're also provided with the ability to fast travel to safe locations in all the areas you've discovered, while also utilizing this on players who may be far away from you and spawning on their latest location. As well, your character's interaction with their environment attempts a seamless transition of you being able to go into cover without using button prompts, giving you far more immersion in whatever engagement you're currently locked into, or as you're sneaking into enemy areas and staying out of sight. Now, although it is a bit buggy, especially in the directions your character will face, or even how you'll sometimes just stay facing the piece of cover and not immediately jumping onto it, it is a great mechanic that removes you having to go through prompts, although if it had been combined with previous cover-to-cover transitioning from other Tom Clancy titles, its delivery would have been all the sweeter. Now, with the skill system, we're met with an RPG-like experience that is quite dull and will eventually have your soldier becoming a bit of a jack of all trades instead of suiting a specific role to make your job on a squad far more meaningful. If more depth had been given here, utilizing unlocks for special gear that you earn through ranking up a specific tree, we would have seen a larger appeal to developing your soldier than what we're giving, as jobs you'll find yourself doing become strictly personal preference than just what you've built your character on top of. Overall, with this being only the second open world game in the Tom Clancy franchise, Wildlands holds true to standing on its own 2 feet. But with the scale and clearly ambitious goals from the developer, one wishes more time was spent to deliver what should have been a jaw-dropping experience. Ghost Recon Wildlands stands firm with our score of a 6.5 out of 10. It's a great game if you enjoy playing tactical with your friends and work well together when things get hairy, but otherwise it falls quite short to give you a truly amazing experience. If you enjoy the payoff of being stealthy while also being provided tense and epic engagements when things don't work out, you have our personal recommendation to buy this game immediately if you haven't already. But if you're more for a dynamic and emotional story, especially if you're a lone wolf, I'd wait on the price to drop or even just borrow it from a friend. That concludes our Ghost Recon Wildlands review, so be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed our video, and remember to share this amongst your friends and peers if they'd be interested in the content our studio is consistently providing and prides itself on improving on. If you'd like to stay caught up with us on upcoming videos, behind the scenes imagery, and even more user interaction, follow our links in the description box below to our Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, and of course Google+. This is Crafty signing off, so have a wonderful start to your weekend. Stay tuned in, and remember, stay crafty.